Valley Connection is brought to you by RPS Video Productions. This month's show is sponsored in part by The Image Creator with Jan Young, Phil's Auto Clinic, where caring makes the difference. Best known for her management series, Been There, Done That, successful speaker and business person Jan Young feels the keys to success are exceptional customer service and consistent advertising.
During the housing crash of the 90s, we all had faith that eventually things would return to normal. Today, Valley residents are losing their jobs and homes, so our spending is based on fear this time around. My passion is to use my 40 years of experience to help local entrepreneurs become the success they dreamed of the day they opened their business.
Learn more about Jan Young, the Image Creator, through their website, theimagecreator.com.
Hi, I'm Phil, a technician that hates acting, but as they say, it's not just about me.
It's about our ASE certified master technicians, Ed Garcia and Steve Maldonado. It's about our hybrid battery rebuilder, Marco Sarvaio. It's about our friendly and helpful service advisors, Dan and Brian. It's about our Auto Club approved service. Check out our website for more at philsautoonline.com. Phil's Auto Clinic, where caring makes the difference.
Welcome to this month's edition of the Valley Connection, where we spotlight our Valley's issues, concerns, and events. I'm Nancy Lopez.
And I'm Cesaria Hernandez. And Happy New Year to all of you.
A brand new year, 2012. How was your Christmas?
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. How about yours?
Oh, wonderful. Got to go to Nashville and see family. Great time.
Very nice.
Yeah, well, we have a wonderful show planned for you for the brand new year. And we're going to start off with P.A.L, something you got to do.
The Police Assistance League, and my goodness, they do such a wonderful program for the youth here in our valley, and we got to go out and learn all about it.
And then something else that might be a little obscure that people don't really know a lot about, but it is fantastic, and that is the Winchester Cheese Company. I've gotten to go out before with the kids on field trips, but they make wonderful cheese, so we get to spotlight that.
Yum.
Yeah.
And you got to meet with somebody very important.
I did. I'm so excited. I got to sit down with Brian Nakamura, the city manager for Hemet, and we always have a great visit, and he always is a wealth of knowledge and information, so we're excited to have him on again to start off the new year.
And we're excited to be with you again in the new year, so stay tuned for more of the Valley Connection. Welcome back to the show. Now we're going to head out and learn more about the Police Assistance League, P.A.L. I'm out here at the Jim Connor Youth Center in San Jacinto learning about a great youth program, the P.A.L program. Now, they've been here in San Jacinto since 2000, but they came to this brand new facility in 2005. I'm out at the Jim Connor Youth Center to get better acquainted with the P.A.L program, and who better to help me with that but Valerie Florez. She is the director of the Hemet and San Jacinto P.A.L programs. Valerie, thank you so much for being here today. I want to know just a little bit more about P.A.L.
Great. Thank you for having us. The P.A.L program is a program that was designed as a form of proactive policing. It's said, prevention program, not an intervention. We try to help kids that are considered at risk, and really we believe that's all kids. All kids are at some point at risk for getting involved in drugs, gangs, violence, and other risky behaviors. So we try to provide activities for them to keep them off the streets and in a safe environment where they can actually grow personally and professionally. And we have a lot of opportunities for the kids in the Valley, and it is a true program that gives back to the community.
Now, how much does this type of program cost for the members?
This program is free. Our after-school program, any kid can sign up for the program, no cost to them.
And how does a parent go about enrolling a child?
Parents can come to Hemet or San Jacinto P.A.L. Or Valley-Wide's Regional Park and sign up there. All they have to do is fill out an application, and they become a member.
Now tell me, what makes P.A.L. unique as far as after-school programs?
There are two things that are very different from every other program I think that's out there. One is that we have police involved, and that makes it very unique because the kids really get to know these officers and work with them, go on field trips with them, go to special events, and so there's a relationship that's built there, and also they look up to the officers as mentors. So, and then the other thing that's really neat about this program is that we have tons of field trips that we go to statewide. We send the kids to an annual conference called Sacramento Experience. They get to go up to the state capitol, meet with our legislators, go through a leadership training with other kids across California. And so they get an experience that most likely they would never have gotten if they weren't part of P.A.L. We also have another program that we send the kids to. It's called Life After High School. The kids actually get to go to a state university, and they stay there for 3 days. They live on campus, and they are acting like students. They go through classes, and the whole idea is to prepare them for college. They go through tons of workshops to teach them what are the steps that they need to do to actually get there. And so these are life-changing events. I've had kids go to Life After High School and come back and say, "Wow, I never thought I could even go to college," and now I'm planning on doing that. So it's awesome program that you really see the changes it has on these kids' lives. So.
Well, it sounds like a lot of really great opportunities for these children. Now tell me, why should our community get behind this and support P.A.L.?
Our program is a program that makes a difference. Rather than having these kids out in the street and without any support, without any safe place to go, we provide them with all those things. Here they can get homework assistance. They can find mentors. Be involved in very positive stuff, community events. We have a lot of community service projects. So this allows the kids to be part of the program and allows us to mold them into productive citizens. And so that we think is very, very, very important.
Now, how can we get involved in the P.A.L. program?
There's many different ways. We're always looking for volunteers. So if you're wanting to be a volunteer, you just come down to one of our facilities, and we'll show you. We'll talk to you about how to get involved as a volunteer. There also is. We are also always accepting donations in the form of recreational equipment, office supplies or office equipment. And also just donations for different programs in the form of sponsorships and that kind of thing. So we're always looking for community support.
Well, that is just wonderful. You know, I was out here. I was so impressed. My goodness, they have so many different things going on for the kids here. Things from cooking classes to mentors coming in and talking. A lot of really great programs. Valerie, thank you so very much. Keep in mind, too, folks, this program happens to go from kindergarten on up through 8th grade, and it's every day from, give me the hours again?
From 2 to 6, Monday through Thursday, and 12 to 6 on Fridays.
Come on out and support your local P.A.L. program. We're going to be right back with more of the Valley Connection right after this.
Hi, I'm Phil. I'm a technician that hates acting, but as they say, it's not just about me.
It's about our ASE certified master technicians, Ed Garcia and Steve Maldonado. It's about our hybrid battery rebuilder, Marco Sarvaio. It's about our friendly and helpful service advisors, Dan and Brian. It's about our Auto Club approved service. Check out our website for more at philsautoonline.com. Phil's Auto Clinic, where caring makes the difference.
Now let's go on for a little local history from Robert Lindquist.
Here we are this morning right in the downtown of Hemet, right in downtown's heart. And this is the Hemet Railroad Station. Give you a little history on it. It was first built along the railroad just down the street by Harvard in 1893. 1897 it burned down. It was rebuilt in 1898. And then they moved the freight house, the back part of it, over here to Florida and State Street. And the building, the present building, was built in 1913. What we're going to do today is we're going to do a tour of the inside of the railroad station, actually the freight house, which is the Hemet Museum. We're going to talk about some interesting things in there. I'm sure you're going to like what you see. Hello again. We're in the museum and I want to show you some of these baskets as one of the first displays that we meet when we come in. And these are Cahuilla and Luiseno baskets. These are the wonderful Native American baskets made by our local Indians. A lot of these are woven so fine that they actually hold water. They're just beautiful, beautiful creations. You ought to look at them when you come into the Hemet Museum. Here's another item that's fun. This is the old bicycle that was on the Rawson Ranch. It's one of my favorite exhibit items. It was an American Rambler. It was manufactured in 1891-92. Believe it or not, Tommy Rawson, my favorite storyteller of all times, actually rode this bicycle in from the ranch in 1891, 92, 95. When he was in high school, he was the first board member, and probably the only one that was of high school age that was on the Hemet School Board. Tommy rode this bicycle in from high school back and forth to Hemet in the early days. It's an American Rambler, an amazing old, very early safety bicycle. Like the bicycle, we're doing some fun things today here in the Hemet Museum. This is a particular exhibit that brings back memories. It's Dr. Lipking's old dentist chair. Dr. Lipking had a cat that in the early days of television, he'd be watching television and Dr. Lipking was a little bit older and this cat was a real true friend. And every time that the hitter would hit a fly ball, the cat would jump straight up as if he was trying to catch the ball. But getting back to the chair, this is a belt-driven chair. So this little belt went all the way around to the drill head, and the drill head whirled while this belt thing was going around, going tickety-tackety, tickety-tackety along through all the way around the chair. Fun thing to look at. It's just one of many, many exhibits that will be very interesting to you. I'm sure you'll enjoy coming down here to the museum and seeing just how eclectic all these archival and historical items are. It's a trip through time, and it's really the story of Hemet that everyone can enjoy. You can find more information about our wonderful valley in the Hemet and San Jacinto books published by Arcadia Publishing.
As a young native, I believe it's important to know who your family is and where you come from. It is culturally important to respect our elders because they are the past and we are the future.
As young natives, we believe it is important to take pride in who we are and to inspire others to take pride in themselves. As Native American youth, I believe we have an obligation to ourselves and to our ancestors to take an interest in our beliefs and culture.
The struggle for Native youth is getting harder and harder by the day. That's why it's important that we preserve what we have so that our customs and traditions may be alive for future generations. That's why we listen to our elders and absorb their heart. That way this generation may light the path for future generations to come.
Take pride in who you are.
Be proud!
Welcome back. Now, Nancy, I'm sure you've been on Winchester Road headed out to Temecula, and you see those big signs for Winchester Cheese Company.
That's right. And if you go back there, and you have to visit there, It's a very unexpected surprise if you've never been there, because they make the best cheese, and our cameras were out there and they caught them actually making the cheese. So we'll get to take a look.
Yum.
Our dairy farm's been here since 1978. My mom and dad began this dairy farm, and in 1995 my dad went on a trip to Holland. While he was in Holland, he visited with relatives who had a dairy farm and made cheese, and they allowed him a glimpse at what they do, and he came back to California with an idea that maybe he would like to do that here himself. Came back with a little cheese kit, started experimenting a little bit, just making cheese for his own family. Gradually decided that that might be something that could be a business. It's kind of magical to transform milk into a food that you can eat later on. Since milk spoils easily in its liquid state, making cheese allows us to have the benefits of the milk, but months down the road. We are making Gouda cheese, and we're expecting a yield of almost 800 pounds of cheese, between 775 and 800 pounds of cheese. And that'll be about 58 or 59 rounds. Cheese is a very old food that human beings have been enjoying for many centuries. And here in this little place that we call Winchester Cheese Company, we're following an old-fashioned recipe and technique. And so we're kind of taking a step back. What's old is new again. When we make the cheeses on the very first day, they average about 15 pounds, and at age 2 months, they weigh probably between 12 and 13. So they lose a little bit of weight in the process of aging. The rooms are very airy, and so there's moisture that comes out of the cheeses while they're aging. We do use a little bit of mechanization. The agitators are breaking up the big clumps of curds, and then David will be stirring with a paddle, and Ethan will be using a rake to break it up and keep things moving. The cheese that's behind me are wheels of the original flavored Gouda. Our little index cards show us at a glance what day we made those cheeses. They're in this very climate-controlled room where we can age them properly. It takes a lot of time and patience to keep them aging very slowly and developing a nice flavor and texture as these days and months go by. What Charisse is doing right now is that she's cutting our wheels of cheese into wedges so that we can vacuum seal them and then label them and sell them. It takes muscle. Everything that we do around here takes muscle. Some people like the young cheeses with a mild flavor, and other people like a little bit more complexity or stronger taste. And so by aging cheese longer, this particular variety in particular, then we get more flavor development. So a cheese that you would be tasting at 2 months of aging is going to be very mild. A cheese that is a year age is going to have a much more pronounced flavor and a drier texture. And if you'd like to come and visit us, then we are open from 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and from 10 until 4 on Saturdays and Sundays. If you would like to see us make cheese, it's a good idea to call us on Monday and find out what our schedule is for that week. Every day of the week we offer free samples of our Gouda cheese, and also we have a nice film that you can watch that is a summary of us making cheese, so you get an idea of what's going on. And if you're coming from Hemet, then you would want to get on Winchester Road going towards Temecula, and we're located on a little street called Holland Road, Holland, and that's just a coincidence. That has nothing to do with us making cheese from Holland in California.
Best known for her management series, Been There, Done That, successful speaker and business person Jan Young feels the keys to success are exceptional customer service and consistent advertising.
During the housing crash of the 90s, we all had faith that eventually things would return to normal. Today, Valley residents are losing their jobs and homes, so Our spending is based on fear this time around. My passion is to use my 40 years of experience to help local entrepreneurs become the success they dreamed of the day they opened their business.
Learn more about Jan Young, the Image Creator, through their website, theimagecreator.com.
Welcome to the Patio Plaza, home of the City of San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce. We offer a wide variety of businesses, organizations, and a restaurant to serve you. The Patio Plaza has been locally owned and operated since 1976, centrally located between Menlo and Esplanade, amongst a garden setting. Enjoy the experience of the Patio Plaza.
And welcome back to the show. And joining me now is Brian Nakamura, who is the city manager for Hemet. And we're very excited to have you on, Brian. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for the invite. It's glad to be here.
Now, we're going to start off with something that I know is maybe a bit controversial. I don't know. But I know the city of Hemet recently hired a consulting firm to come in and to do an efficiency study with the police department and fire department. Can you kind of give us the purpose behind that and how it's going?
Sure, not a problem. The city undertook this opportunity about 6 months ago to start with this consultant, Mr. Joe Brand and Mr. Andy Hall, to come in and look at the efficiencies and effectiveness of our public safety departments. We reorganized the city and created a public safety department which umbrellaed police and fire. And the reason for that was because of the revenues and the expenditures the city was facing. As you know, we've been having to deal with difficult budget times just like any other city in the state of California. And so what we took this opportunity to do is really look at how we're providing services in the city and what services we should be providing. Everybody knows that public safety is critical for our city. And what we want to do is make sure that we're providing the most efficient and effective services. I know it sounds cliche, but really there are great ways of doing business that we need to think outside the box and conduct business. So what we've done is with Mr. Brand and Mr. Hall is really kind of delved into the organization, the data that's collected for fire response calls and police response calls. And I'm pleased to say that we've actually saved money since we've hired them to be able to provide more efficient and effective services from a police and fire perspective. And we continue to make that work, and we will be implementing new technology tools that'll help us to provide those services with less dollars. And I believe that's what the taxpayers really deserve, is for us to use their dollars wisely, efficiently, and effectively, and still provide the services we do within the budget constraints we have.
So it seems like a positive outcome so far.
Absolutely, yeah, we're very excited. The council is very excited about the opportunities. They've also recognized that we've had some savings already and some better enhanced services out as a result. And so it's really worked out well, and we're continuing to do that in 2012.
Well, speaking of 2012, I know there's a lot of retail development that's happening in our city. Let's talk about that.
Very exciting. As you know, I mentioned the budget and the difficulties of a budget, and a lot of times what you have to do is balance the expenditures with the revenues. Revenue is dependent upon retail commercial development, property taxes, and sales tax. In the last year, in 2011, the city was able to bring a Nissan dealership to the city. We just reopened the new Dodge Chrysler Jeep dealership. So a lot of the comments we've received so far is it's a great opportunity for us to be able to get our vehicle service back in town or buy vehicles.
Because we've missed that for a while.
Absolutely. And in December 27th, we had the grand opening of the Panera Bread Company on Sanderson and Florida. So that was an exciting opportunity for us, and we're really happy to have them in town. So if you have any of your vehicle needs at the Nissan dealership or the Dodge Chrysler Jeep dealership,
we now have a place to go.
Absolutely, and it's a great opportunity. So we're starting to see the retail commercial market turn around, which is a positive sign for the city of Hemet, because as you know, the more revenues we generate in terms of sales tax, that's general fund, and the more public safety services and library services and park services we can provide.
Let's talk about transportation issues. I know that's always a concern for the Valley residents. What's going on with that?
Well, transportation is a critical issue for all of us. As you know, goods movement, which is basically a term that they use in the retail, commercial, and industrial sector, is really important because the easier and more efficient you can move goods, the better off we are in terms of creating development. The general plan was presented to the council in December, And in January 26th, I believe, or the second meeting in January for the City Council, they'll be adopting the general plan update. That was been an enduring process for the city for quite some years. And that general plan will address some of the major transportation corridors for our city, Highway 79. It even touches a little bit on Ramona Expressway because, as you know, connectivity is very important. We also have Highway 74, and so we have east-west and north-south connectors that are going to be really critical for future development and growth in the city. The general plan update includes a huge area for business park development. And business park development is critical because that's where industry, technology, retail, commercial development occurs. And of course, we want to also address the transportation issues for our residents because it's critical that we have major corridors or arterials that address our transportation, and we keep a lot of the traffic out of the residential neighborhoods where the children play and where the schools are. And so that's another primary concern for the City Council.
Unfortunately, we are already out of time. I can't believe it. We just touched on a few issues, so we need to have you back, Brian, if that's okay, because there's a lot more that we need to sit down and discuss. So, but thank you very much for being with us, and we'll have you back.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll be right back with more of the Valley Connection right after this.
Hi, I'm Roger Schultz, Superintendent President of Mount San Jacinto College. I invite you to look at the programs and services MSJC has to offer the businesses and residents of our 1,700 square mile district. As your community college, we are familiar with the business needs of our communities. We have developed programs tailored to our unique region, helping students become qualified for the jobs you're trying to fill, enhancing current job skills to maintain productivity, and providing employers with a pool of qualified job seekers. MSJC provides the education your staff members need to remain qualified in their jobs or to take their education to the next level through our transfer programs to a four-year university. We offer cutting-edge training with an eye towards the latest trends and technologies to help your business remain competitive and relevant during these dynamic times. Come see what Mount San Jacinto College has to offer you.
And welcome back as we close the show. And I would like to thank my guest, Brian Nakamura, for being with us this evening. And I just always enjoy having him on. And he, like I say, he's just a wealth of knowledge about what's happening in our valley.
Very intelligent man and very entertaining also, by the way.
Is.
Listen, if you have a story that you would like to see on our show, something of interest here in our community, please contact us at thevalleyconnection.net. And keep in mind, you can watch this program or a lot of our previous programs also by getting on the internet and going to www.thevalleyconnection.net.
And we'd like to wish everybody, as we close the show, a very happy new year. And we'll see you next month for more of
The Valley Connection.